Right then folks, Greeno here. Where am I today? Well, would you believe it if I told you I'm in Dunfermline in Scotland? What am I doing here? Well, I've been having a little look around, seeing if I can find the worst rated restaurants. Now, there are a few takeaways that look really rather dodgy around this area of Scotland, but one name keeps cropping up, and it's a chain. It's here behind me called Tony Macaroni. Now it's an Italian kind of themed chain, but I believe owned by a Scotsman. They've got 21 locations here throughout Scotland. This one gets a 3.7 rating on Google, so it's not terrible, but they're all about the same. A couple of them stretch up towards 4, but not beyond. Gets me thinking, is this the worst chain of food in Scotland? Because you look at everything else, and all the major chains, the sort of UK-wide ones, and they're all scoring well into the mid-4s, you know, so makes me wonder just what this is all about. Anyway, we're going to get inside and find out. I've never been to a Tony Macaroni before. Let's go. Right folks, I've come in and I've been seated. There's quite a lot of people in here already. It's 5:45 in the evening when I'm here filming. And yeah, I'd say over one side of the restaurant anyway, probably about 2/3 of the tables there are full. This side, pretty empty so far. What I will say is when I was shown to my seat, I was shown to this booth that you can see around me, behind me here. And it's the one with a huge great rip in the seat, which is a bit of a shame. I wouldn't have noticed it if I hadn't been sat at this table, I don't suppose. All the others seem to look okay. So I was going to comment about how the restaurant kind of looked nice and clean and tidy, but then I get sat on this ripped seat. So let's have a little look at the two menus that are available here. There is an a la carte menu here, okay, which has a huge array of choices on here. Starters, pizzas, pastas, risotto, burgers, some fish dishes, even stuff on the back. There's more drinks and stuff on cocktails and whatever on the back there. This is the a la carte menu for all day, every day. There is a slightly more truncated version of the menu, which is their menu presto. Now this is available from 12 until 6:30. I don't know if that's every day or whether it's just weekdays or not. But these will be better priced options, just a slightly less wide range. I think it's probably where I'm going to go with though, because there'll be enough options on there for me to choose something that I'm going to enjoy. I mean, even here, like on the pizza options, I'd say there's 20 options on here, and their 13-inch sourdough pizzas are $7.95 on this menu, and on here they are £14. So I think we'll be going with the with the menu presto, don't you? Pedro has come over and talked me through this. He's the server who's just greeted me. And Phoebe is going to be my waitress. She's taken my order for a pint of Diet Coke, a little straw, a little bit of lemon in there. Perfectly acceptable. £4 though. The markup on these post-mix drinks is insane. I've just looked, and on this menu presto, all the starters are the same price as the main menu, so there's no discount on them at all. The discount seems to be just on the main dishes. So, what I think I am going to do in that case, I'm going to order a pasta dish, and I'm going to order a pizza. And we'll see how they are. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, because that's going to give me a better value for money, let's put it that way. So, come back when I've got my order in, and the food is here. I would like to try the spaghetti carbonara, please. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Napolitana pizza to go with that as well. Hungry boy.
No, I'm not judging, it's fine. Anything else, like sides?
No, just those two things for now. Maybe a dessert after, we'll see how we go.
Manage. I don't know if you
well, I might have to take some of the pizza out to then fit in a dessert.
If you want, I can get you like a takeaway box halfway through your meal, and then if you want a dessert.
That's very helpful. Thank you very much. All right, you're a star. Cheers. Service here has been great so far. Really, really fun, really smiley. Yeah, no complaints so far apart from the ripped seat and the slightly confusing menu. I don't know how they can claim it's a cheap menu when half the items on there have got no discount at all. It's a bit cheeky that, I think, a bit cheeky. I noticed too, the desserts aren't discounted, so that's going to be full price if I get one at the end. Okay folks, my dinner has arrived. I've got to tell you, considering these are sort of discounted lunchtime specials, if you like, or sort of, you know, prior to the main rush of dinner time after 6:30, they've not scrimped on the sizes. I mean, this pizza here is huge. That's a 13-inch pizza. Looks a good crust to it. Plenty of topping on there as well. I mean, that's pretty good. That is going to cost me, I think it was $7.95 on the menu. I don't have a menu to hand, unfortunately. The waitress took it, and I forgot to grab it back off her. Again, the carbonara. A good portion. Plenty of, I'm going to say bacon rather than guanciale in there, I guess. And a nice healthy dose of parmesan coming put over the top by my pal Pedro. He's also brought over some black pepper. I'm a big fan of plenty of black pepper on my carbonara, so we're not going to muck about with that. Get it amongst it. Okay, now, I've not been brought a spoon for the pasta, so we're going to have to go for it as is. Let's try a little bit of this, this bacon here first. I mean, it's okay. There's little chunks rather than just slices. We're doing a bit more cooking, really. It's a bit squidgy. In the carbonara, you want it to really be kind of cooked down, don't you? Properly fried. I'm going to mix it together a little bit because I think we're a little light on sauce. And things like this. Can you see that? That's just a lump of different bits of the pork, of the bacon, all kind of stuck together. That's a bit of a shame. If they'd fried that off properly, we'd have all individual bits. There we are. I can cut that open. I mean, that clearly suggests to me that's just something that's brought in like that. They're not cooking the bacon on site. So, let's get some of this pasta going on. The pasta itself is quite nicely cooked. It's a little touch al dente. Yeah, very good, Pedro. Thank you very much. Yeah, nicely cooked pasta. Well, I'm guessing that may be the only thing that's truly done on site in this dish. I would guess the sauce comes in pre-made. The pork probably even does, and they're just heating it up. There's a lot of garlic in this. More garlic than I would be used to in a carbonara, certainly. But, I mean, for a restaurant... Well, I say a restaurant carbonara. If you went to a proper Italian restaurant, this wouldn't be what you get. You get it all done properly on the premises. But, for a chain restaurant then, chain restaurant carbonara, it's okay. Not something I'd write home about, but it's okay. Okay, so here we go with the pizza. So this was a Napolitana pizza, and we have some salami on here, some spicy salami. We have pepperoni, we have the cheese, obviously tomato base on there, and quite a nice, I mean, you can pick that up on the mic, I'm sure, how nicely made that crust is. It's bubbled up a little bit, so it's obviously a reasonable quality base they're using here. Now, there's no pizza slice, so we're just going to have to go with a knife to cut this up. Now, I know we're in a restaurant, but come on, it's not fine dining, is it? So I'm going to get a slice of this pizza and pick it up with my hands. We're not mucking about. So, here we go. Oh, can I get it to come away? We've got a bit of a cheese pull going on. Let's have a look at the bake on the bottom of that. Could do it a touch more. It's a little soft. Let's fold it in half. This is the way I like to eat my pizza. I've got to almost make it into a sandwich. It's so much easier to eat that way. It's okay. It's okay. I think I do quite like the base. It's definitely not too thick. I'm trying to get a bit without any topping on, you know, so I can get a better flavour of what that tomato sauce is all about. It's a little nothingy. You're picking up a metallic bit, but what you want a bit of sweetness in that sauce. Remember the ones I had at Joe's Pizza over in New York? They had a real nice sweetness in that tomato sauce. This is missing that a little bit. But I will say, the flavour of the toppings is really rather good. That salami does have a nice little background spice, heat to it. Similar with the pepperoni. Like I said, the crust is fine. No issue with that. Put that over there for a second. Going for another slice. I mean, I'm not sure how happy I'd be with it at full price. Because, you know, it's not the best pizza I've ever had. But you know what? It's by no means the worst. And if this is just £8 or something during the day, then I think that's really good value. £14 or whatever it is in the evening, you know, it's not too bad, I suppose. You go to Zizzy and you get a regular pizza there, you're looking at £15, £16, aren't you? So it's a little cheaper than that. To be fair, I'm enjoying this. Like I said, my most recent thing I can compare it to is Joe's Pizza in New York. Is it as good as their pizza? No. They're being handmade on the premises in front of you and at record speed as well over in New York. I don't believe this is handmade, but I would imagine the base is coming already done. And it's just a case of assembling. The sauce will come in already made. The cheese probably comes in already grated. So it's just an assembly job and get it in the oven. But what it has done, it's made a pretty tasty pizza. Right then, guys, I have my pizza boxed up. I also have, oh, don't drop it, Greeno, don't drop it, my tiramisu. Now, it's come in this cup, and I've been told by Pedro, this is homemade, okay? I'm sure they're not shipping it in this cup, so maybe it is, maybe it is. Maybe it's just assembled here from things that are sent in. Anyway, we've got a nice little wafer in there. And let's see what happens when I dig into this. Good dusting of cocoa powder over the top. And what are we going to find within? There we go, folks. Creamy, a little bit fluffy looking. A good coffee flavour in there, actually. Obviously, the little sponge fingers in there have been soaked in that coffee. And it is pretty prominent, and I like that. I do like that. Also, the sponge itself still maintains a little bit of texture. It's not just turned into like mush. Sometimes you get a tiramisu, as I said before, you don't feel any texture in there because the sponge has got too wet. But here, I'm going to say, this is pretty good. I am surprised. I came here, admittedly, with fairly low expectations. There is another major Italian chain, isn't there? More of an Italian-American chain, which is pretty much always disappointing. And having looked at the online reviews of this place, I kind of expected a similar experience to that. And while the carbonara was a disappointing dish, and I imagine all of the pasta dishes here are basically a microwave ready meal. The pizza impressed me. Certainly for the bargain price anyway. To get that pizza to eat in for about £8 is a very, very good deal. Not so much the carbonara, and if I'd had to pay full price for that carbonara, I would not have been a happy boy. Now this tiramisu, no deal on the desserts, so this is £7.95, which is, you know, getting towards top end for a dessert, I think. But have you noticed, since I've been talking to you about it, I haven't stopped eating it. I'm really enjoying it. I only really wanted to get it to try. And again, I was going to try and take it out, take it back to the hotel room for later. I am finishing this right here and now. Yes, yes. I'm a little bit surprised about the poor ratings this place has got. It seems to be popular. There are more people coming in all the time. And I've got to say, the service is probably some of the best service I've ever had in a chain restaurant. Pedro's running the shift. Phoebe was my waitress. They've both been superb. So often when you go into these chain places, you find staff that are disinterested, just don't care. Not the case here at all. They've been great. And yeah, some of the food's been up and down, but overall, very enjoyable. And look, tiramisu done. Right then, folks. Greeno is prepared to eat his words. At the start of this video, I was not expecting great things. I thought this was going to be a fairly subpar experience. And we will get the one negative out of the way. Like I said, the pasta dish wasn't great, I don't think. I don't think the pasta dishes in any of these places are great. Unless you're making it yourself, the sauce from scratch, it's basically just a glorified ready meal, isn't it? However, the pizza, I think, was really rather good. Not as good as Joe's in New York, but really good for one of these chain type places. And I'm getting it on their Presto deal between 12 and 6:30, £7.95 for that. An absolute bargain. The spaghetti carbonara was also £7.95, less of a bargain. Tiramisu, £7.50. That was banging. I really liked it. I never finish a tiramisu, never, ever, ever, and I ate the whole blooming lot of that. And the draft Coke, £3.75, not £4, £3.75. There is a 10% service charge on top, so we're just shy of 30 quid, all in. I think that's fair. I think that's very fair. Service was the best thing here though. Pedro and Phoebe really looked after me. It's so refreshing to find people like that in a kind of chain restaurant environment. A lot of people in those sort of places just don't act like they care. These two really, really did. I had a chat with them afterwards as well and talked to them a little bit about that. And basically they were explaining, you know, it helps the customer experience, doesn't it? You come in, your server's smiling at you. They're cheerful. It puts you in the right frame of mind for your meal. Great job, guys. Tony Macaroni, if there is a Tony Macaroni, maybe it's just a guy called Tony. Maybe his real name is Tony Macaroni, who knows? These two guys here at your Dunfermline branch are an absolute credit to you. Do what you can to look after them, because if they're gone, you'll miss them, I tell you. Really, really good. So I've got to come up with a score for this place. Now, it's a tricky one because, yeah, is it the best pizza I've ever eaten? No, of course it's not. Is it the best pasta I've ever eaten? No. Best tiramisu I've eaten? Quite possibly. And the service is some of the best out there. I'm going to say, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. A 4 out of 5. And it would have been higher had that pasta dish had been better. I think the service, definitely 5 out of 5. The tiramisu, pretty close to a 5 out of 5. The pizza, a 4 out of 5. And, well, the pasta's down there somewhere. But overall, 4 out of 5. Greeno's green light. Do you know what? Yes, I am going to give it Greeno's green light. Now, the people of Scotland, the people of Dunfermline, have only scored this 3.7 on Google. I think it's better than that. I think it's better than that. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, looking at Tony Macaroni here in Dunfermline in Scotland, what's happened to my life? I'm reviewing Italian places in Dunfermline, for goodness sake. Anyway, if you've enjoyed it, click a thumbs up on there for me. It does help the channel. And if you're new around here and you've enjoyed this video, then make sure, check around the vault, see what else you like. If you like a few, click the subscribe button, ding your bell for notifications, blah, 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 blah. Right, where to next? Who knows? Who knows?
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.